Hello. And where should I go? This side. Good afternoon. And Simona, thank you very much for inviting me to Venice. Sorry. It's always a pleasure to be in such a beautiful city. I am here to present the project that's exhibiting. It consists of a 2,500 square feet terraced house in southwest London. Its location is in very close proximity to the Boltons, which is known to be the most exclusive and valuable real estate in the United Kingdom, and which is over there. The client has asked me to look for a property in the area of a lateral sort of aspect, which is unusual in London, when properties are normally very narrow and long and on separate stories. This is where this turned out to be a very successful project, because we ended up extending the property to suit the requirements of the client. The client wanted to fit 4 bedroom suites, and in order to do that, we had to allow for a basement excavation in this project. The services that my company provides in London are very much directed to property development and luxury interior design projects. We tend to secure real estate properties in good locations. We design them to maximize the value and the potential of the property. We invest on real estate that secures return on investments for our investors. And we tend to respect our budgets, and we propose to use our in-house construction company to complement our projects. This conduct is very reassuring for our clients, because it gives them a very good return on investment and a feel-good factor for their own homes. Because we do everything in-house, it allows for a better control of the project and the progress of the project and the management. This project I called the Stiletto project because of an unusual event that happened during some heavy building work. This is a very unusual story compared to the stories before me. But because we have a construction company, we come across issues that are very unusual for designers to encounter. This is the project when it was demolished. As you can see, hold on, let me get this. You can't see the pointer anyway, but what's interesting about this project is what happened to us, which is something that happens a lot in London when we excavate basements. We do everything to suit the structural engineer's designs and specifications. And when we excavated the 140 cubic meters of soil, we inserted all the structure, as you can see over there, approximately 10 to 15 beams, steel beams, and pillars. And when we were doing that, we secured the basement post, which is this one. In this new excavated room, which is 4 meters high, we fitted this post to the underside of this ground floor beam, which separates the 2 neighboring properties. When we fitted this beam to the underside of that and the new basement floor, we bolted it to a very secure reinforced concrete pit that had just been cast the day before. That happened on a Thursday afternoon. And on a Friday, when I go to site in the morning, the whole of the structure of the house is ready to start fitting out the house to do the cosmetic part of it. I tell myself, okay, time to take a break, go away for a long weekend in the countryside, because all the structure works is finished, ready for Monday to come back in and finish and start building the inside, the interior of the house. Until it was 7 p.m., I just arrived in the countryside, And my site foreman calls me. His name is Keith. And he says, Annabella, I think there's a problem here. And I said, what do you mean the problem? He said, I happened to drop the hammer on this newly cast pit below this bottom post, and it's crumbling. So I said, what do you mean it's crumbling? It can't be crumbling. It's reinforced concrete. So I said, show me with a video what it looks like. So he shows me with a video. He picks up the hammer, hits the pit, and it's literally powder. In that moment, I start shivering, very scared, because clearly there was the whole load of the house onto something which was like a stiletto thread with no resistance at all. I panicked and I ran back to London, called my structural engineer, and next morning, Saturday, we were there bracing and making the site safe by removing all the load that we had just rested on the post. This happened because the supplier of the concrete, instead of supplying C35 concrete, supplied C4 concrete, which has no structural properties whatsoever. This was, I don't know why it happened, but it's a very well-known company that supplied the concrete. And thankfully, we were very diligent, very quick to run back and assist and make the site safe. It's really saved both properties, neighboring properties collapsing onto mine. And thankfully, we managed to make it safe during that weekend. And we managed to excavate the faulty concrete and recast proper concrete, and then allowing us to finish the project. I'm saying this because I would like to share these sort of problems, because in London it happens a lot. I don't know in Italy, but it's a very serious problem. And only by casting, only by taking samples of random samples of concrete throughout new basements or new cast basements, you can really save properties. And you can also use a very simple German tool, which is called a Schmidt hammer, which measures the hardness of concrete by releasing a spring, which is actually a very cool piece of kit. I want to share this because I think it's a very relevant issue. Hopefully it doesn't happen in Italy, but I don't know. It's just good to know that these things happen. But thankfully I managed to save this project that way. But let's back to this is the new basement excavation, as you can see. And this is the pit that I had to change right there. Thankfully, we managed to make the structure safe, and we managed to start building the interior of the property the way you see it here, with curved walls, a harmonious balance of curved walls and ceilings, a special wall finish, which resembles the mother of pearl, with some very high-end technological home automation systems where we try to hide all the sources of audio video, including lighting and light fittings. So everything you see is really the essential that we should be looking at in a house, I think. The in-floor gas fire creates a magical atmosphere when it's on, especially in the winter. You can see it over there. I am very happy with how the project turned out to be. It was a great challenge for me. It was difficult, but like everything difficult in life, it turns out to be an exceptional project, and it gave me a lot back. And the evolution of the space, the ergonomics within the house, the multifunctionality of certain rooms make it really, really worth the investment. The furniture arrangement, which is not here, but if I go back, no, I can't go back. Here it is, hold on. Non va dietro? Anyway, è in ritardo. Ah, quello il primo. Quello, ecco. Last thing I want to say is furniture arrangement in this house is designed to create a very special get-together for family and friends. And for me, that is what is important in life. And this is why I'm grateful for it to have been so successful. And I'm grateful to be here today in Venice. Thank you, Simona.